All right, let's take a look at this Wednesday price action for the recap for the day. So, all right, now I'm sitting on the 15-minute. You can see that today ran up, had a nice sell-off, and then kind of a push back up, and now we're kind of sitting in this quiet time frame, and we're kind of wondering where it's going to go, or a lot of people are wondering where it's going. Let's take a look at that and kind of see. But let's go ahead and start with the day and look for a trade opportunity and what we need to be doing to take action on the charts. One biggest thing in trading is exactly that. You got to take action. So if you've been watching these videos or listening to different strategies that we've been pointing out, take action. Go back and practice this stuff. Go back in time on the charts. Get yourself set up and start looking through price action and mark it out just like this and start looking for opportunity. And then that way you can train your eye to take advantage of price action as it goes forward. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let me put that back on real quick. This is the, we were talking about Tuesday's recap, where this could pull back into and sit. This is the area that I was looking for here at the end of the day. You can see that we went ahead and went down a little further and then bounced back into the buy pocket and then came back down. Right here, actually, when you look at price action, the way it behaved is it came back above the 21. The 21 started to curl, and then we lost and rejected. But since we didn't actually go lower than this level, or you could say you double bottom, this right here would have triggered a reversal in price action. This is the evening trading through the night into the morning here. But when you're looking at the morning and saying, hey, where are we going, the direction, you can look at the price action before. And right here, when it pushed back up, what we'd expect is a backtest of the 21. So this fell down, backtest of the 21 here, and then yet we got support held on the last low. So we double bottomed. Well, when it pushed back up, we'd expect now to get support on the 21 with a push on up into price action. So if you were looking at taking a trade in the morning, myself, I would have waited just because my rule is I don't trade about 2 hours right before the session shift of the market. But if you were just trading with the rules, this is the rule that you would have got in right here on this backtest. This would have been your stop, and we would have been off the races. Now, you can see that if you look at the blue line of entry across here, you can see we backtested right here. This is not a lot of surprise because we did get that market change, and that typically you'll see that. That's why a lot of times I won't trade. I'll just wait. So anyhow, we had the market change here. If you go out to the 30-minute, you can see here's the top of that candle, and here is the bottom of that candle. We are looking at that 15-minute here. So let me go into that 30, and let's make sure that nothing's been adjusted in the 30-minute candle, which is right here and right here. So you can't see that that's a full candle body. So this is what we're looking at price action. And then go back into the 15-minute, and you can see that it established the lower part of the 30-minute candle on the 15-minute multi-time. So you had 4 candles. That's a full hour that went by that it tested this as support. And then we had the 5th candle. No surprise, this is pushing up. At this point, this is your entry right here that you could use using this data back here. Now, if you don't look at price action the way I just explained it all, and you weren't saying that this is a bounce here and continuation up, and you're saying, hey, I want to look at price action going forward, what we'd be looking for is this price action to break up through this area here. So this would have been the breakout right through here. You could have used the breakdown on the 30-minute, and then we backtested right here. So anywhere above this would have been a potential trade opportunity that you could have taken. In this case, too, you could move your stop up to below the tails or up below the bodies. It depends on yourself and your trading. Now, another confirmation you can do is go into the 5-minute. I like the 5 minutes because it's less noisy compared to the 1 minute. I do talk about the 1 minute as well. I can't jump into that also. And we can take a look at price action. So if I'm looking at those key levels that are right here, this is where I would start looking for confirmation in my tools and my indicators. So this is the 30-minute bottom right here. And you can see we ran up and then came back down. So this is that same area that we were looking at on the longer time frames. So if I'm in the 1 minute and we start seeing this push back up, I want to see the system change for us. So we can get the buy. You can get the MACD, so the 5-minute 20 MACDs crossing over the slows, or the fastest moving crossing over the slow, and we're getting a run up here. So we did get the push up. We got the back test. If you look at the 200, it's sitting in here on the yellow line, and you do have the 21 pushing up. You also had that right back here as well. But if you look at the lower time or the higher time frames and look for direction, you can see would have been bad if you got in, right in this area as well. If this was your entry here, and then you had the back test. This is where I would use my support, my longer time frame, which I already have shown right here for you on that longer term trade. This could help you make that decision to get in. So you could have got in, anywhere along this area for the push out. We also could look at this on the 5 minute. Let me get over back into price action here. Zoomed in quite a bit on the chart. So this is the same thing that we see on the 5 minute. This is why I like the 5 minute a little more, because you can see that same backtest that we were talking about. And then we pushed up and then we tested the 21 basically right through here. You had your color changer lines get very tight, and they were pushing through for us on the 21. So this could have been another area of entry as well for this to push on up. You did have your 200 underneath here showing strength for support, and you had this did not go through and push through, even though price action tried to get through the 200 here, it didn't, and then it bounced and pushed up. So this is just really just showing you that continuation from the evening that I was pointing out earlier. And then we can go ahead and mark our 3 to 1. And if you just waited for the 3 to 1 to happen, you can see here on the 5 minute, you just got a little spike here at the end, and it would have taken you out right before we had a sell off. Now, people are probably wondering why we had a sell off. There's actually news that was going on right during this time frame. People get scared with the news. This is why you don't listen to news when you're trading. You just read the price action. So if you were still in this trade and we go to our 5 minute, this trade you could have taken advantage of, even though you were waiting. Say this did not happen and you had your stop up here, you're waiting for it to get up there and it didn't, and then it started to break down. So worst case, you could have easily got out somewhere right in this area. That would have been a worst case a drop if you're going very quickly. So you still would have made 0.6. So if you had $100 on this trade, that would have been about $60 roughly, if you look at it that way. The other thing is this hard candle down. Then you saw a quick reversal. This wick right here that you see, and then it brought it right back down. This is a very strong sell candle. So if you get into more advanced trading, reading candlesticks, this also would have been, hey, we're under the 21. We just got this candle. You see it right here as well. There's actually 3 of them. It gets pushed down, but this is really what you're looking for. It's very strong, and then you had a full body candle. So that's why it just stacked down. So if you were using that, though, you could have got out right here, got a little bit better, put a little more money in your pocket. So then the market went ahead and fell out. You can see that here on the 5 minute. Let's go actually up to the 15. Obviously, it was within a half hour, it had dropped out. So then you had this double bottom with the 2 wicks, and very, very strong reversal. So this is where you still wait for the trade. It ran back up, and then you had this back test right here. Amazing that it literally back tested right where it did earlier today. So this is where you would want to look at taking advantage of the market. Now, this is the support level. Again, you'd want to do run it back up, because this could have just started to run back up. The one thing, this is happening at noon, low volume in the afternoon, typically on trading. That's what we're looking at right now. So if you're asking where are we going to go through the evening, right now we are a little bit on the bearish side if you want to look at it this way. Our 21 did come up and reject the bull flag that we were creating because of this big drop in the news. So we do have to go out and look at higher time frames. I am going to start looking at the histogram right here. I do expect it to start getting lighter like this, and I do expect this to start to turn, and then same thing, create a bull flag here on the RSI with the fast moving average trying to press back through the slow and have this push back up. But I'm going to wait for the market shift to happen. So I do expect that to happen. I'm going to build out the same thing as I did here and look for that opportunity to either hold this trade. If I was already in it, say I got in here, I'm going to hold this trade right here. This is how I'm analyzing the trade. If I'm fearful of this or not really sure what's going to go on, this would be a great spot to just take yourself out of the trade and then wait for a new opportunity to get in. If you're in the green, it's nothing wrong with getting paid on the trade. So I will analyze my 30-minute chart again, price action. So I'll wait for this to close here at 7:30. The next candle will open. And when it closes at 8 o'clock, I'll go ahead and mark it with new key levels and see if we're going to push back up through here. Basically, we're back in the buy pocket, just like we had looked at the following night. And look for this key level of support that you can see, this yellow line. This is the daily key level of support. I also want to point this out really quick, and I want to spend too much more time on this and let you go here. But I do want to look at the hour. And the same thing, we want to see this show strength back into green candles. If it does start to go a little bit red, I expect it to basically build this kind of pattern here, start to push back up. Same thing, we see rotation. I do like how our RSI is always showing a trajectory of continuing up, and it looks like this is going to possibly push back up as well. Let's go out to our 4 hour though, using the 15 minute. And this will give us a little bit more clarity. You do have pressure right now, the 21 coming on top. They are kind of going flat though in this area, and you do have a support level right now on the 200 at 83.5 with the daily support at 83.8 roughly. So those are two strong key levels of support. You can see as we came down, it couldn't hold us. This is that level that it fought with. This was the hard drop through the other day, and then this is today's price action with a hard candle down and then right back up that we got. And then now you can see us trying to trade down a little bit more. What I'm watching in the 4 hour is the same thing. I want to make sure that we start to get pushed back up through here. Right now, the histogram is showing bearish, and we did get rejected here on the larger candle that pushed up. So I do want to see this hold this key level, and if the 15 minutes starts to push back to this 200, I do expect the 4 hour to come pushing again and hold the more bullish settlement that it's holding right now. So if you're saying, should I get it? Am I worried about a longer term push up or down? This is kind of the line in the sand. This is the stuff that you look for in a trader to make those decisions, and we're going to have to use that 15 minute to confirm that. As of right now, this is a hard time to make that decision because we're right here on the end of the day, and we're looking at a market shift. So we'll have to wait for that to happen and then reanalyze. Like I said, if you're already in the green, this is a great time to take it because this is the line in the sand where this could go ahead and draw back down and take out this lower level of support. So for bigger levels right now on a lower time frame is this key level right here and this key level right here. So we are asking this current price action, come and take me here or come and take me here. Which one do you want? If it takes it here, then it's going to take lower key support levels. If we get a turn right through here and it starts heading up this and takes this out, we're going to continue on to the higher levels. So that's what I am looking at for price action going forward. But that should do it for today. Like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Again, practice, 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 and get yourself in. It's you that can take the action. Thanks, guys.